I'm gonna show y'all something, man. I know niggas back in the day that didn't talk their shit, didn't talk it, didn't they talked the talk, didn't walk it, they walked it and talked it. I know street niggas, real niggas, that got bodies on them like a motherfucker, still walking the street. Now people like, you know somebody that got bodies on them? Yeah, but half the motherfuckers got bodies on, they got bodies. They got some of the niggas they done killed got bodies. And see, this the thing, what a lot of y'all, when you all talk about inner city violence and shit, see, y'all don't know. The truth is, you have what you call a narco drug economy in the black community. I said, you would talk about violence in the black community like ain't no other community got violence. You put people in poverty, lack of resources, lack of opportunities, lack of motherfucking gainful employment, any community will turn to that, including the white community. You had it back in the 30s, like in Chicago here. You had niggas up there, the white boys, the Italian and Irish mob going neck to neck, sending motherfucker Chicago St. Valentine's Day massacre. But nobody didn't talk about no white on white crime then. They made movies and shit and glorified it in movies and shit. Like the Goodfellas, Godfather, the Casino, glorified that shit. They glorified it. Scarface, glorified that shit. But when black people, what they would consider to do criminal activity was due to the narco drug trade and the poverty in the black community and carjackings. You know, they are on something doing crime. Like white people don't do crime. Y'all do actually more crime. Just a lot of the thing is they don't motherfucking cover it. Because they gotta keep this image of white male fluidity. Like somehow white men are wholesome image, wholesome, but that's a far from the motherfucking truth. Far from the motherfucking truth. And the funny thing is, like where I was living at, you got white dudes that got bodies of niggas and other white dudes that lived in the hood. And just imagine, if you was a light skinned white boy, you really had in the hood, you had to motherfucker be about your shit. You had to be about your shit because you were challenged all the time by niggas. But see, the real motherfuckers that I know, they weren't no real boastful motherfuckers. They put two in you. They're motherfuckers. They ain't like these niggas now. These niggas out here just doing all kind of goofy shit. But when a nigga hit you up, you ain't gonna even see it coming. Dig? When a lot of these niggas that I grew up with, and I'm 50, a lot of these niggas, old school niggas I know up with, man, you ain't gonna even see it coming. Shit, you not gonna see it coming. Motherfuckers, hey, they hit your ass up, bloop, bloop, drop your body, and then walk off like ain't shit happened, go to bed with their family. Like it's a job. And then a lot of times dudes they kill, they deleted. They had bodies themselves. So, you know, that was in a way that was kind of like karma. Cause most of the shit you see in the inner city is motherfuckers trying to take over a block. They see a nigga making money on the block. Them niggas like, man, I want this block, man. A lot of money being made on this block. But shit ain't like the late 80s and early 90s and 2000s, like when the crack epidemic kicked off. Yeah, nose itching. It wasn't like the late 80s and early 90s, man. I was ground zero when the crack epidemic hit in a lot of urban areas. I was ground zero for that shit. I seen, man, I'm telling you, man, I seen motherfuckers, lines of cars coming to the motherfucker black community. It'd be mostly white executive, white people that got money and shit buying crack. That what it mostly was, white men buying crack. Yeah, you had niggas in the black community doing crack, But they wasn't like all the white men that were lined up in their cars with their girlfriends and shit, they side chicks, and they driving Mercedes Benzes, motherfucker BMWs and shit, Jaguars rolling through the hood buying crack. That's in the late motherfucking 80s to early 90s when the crack epidemic was motherfucking popping off like a motherfucker. You know, it was popping off like a motherfucker. Shit, that shit that motherfucker what BMF and them talk about, that shit was New Jack City. That shit was real. That shit motherfucker was living like that for real. Niggas controlling blocks like that. But it was due to the narco drug trade. You dig? Shit just, y'all, I don't know why motherfuckers just think shit out the vacuum. And see, you got the same thing going on in the poor white community. They don't talk about it. They're going to talk about shit that be happening in the trailer park. Because you got white boy thugs be doing the same thing that niggas do in the hood, shooting each other up and shit. You got that shit in trailer parks. Motherfucker, white dudes out there thugging in the trailer park doing that shit, but they don't never talk about it. They only talk about what's going on in the inner city. Like you don't got white boy thugs that's out here, motherfucker. You got white boys. I know a whole lot of white boys that was in the hood trapping. Real spiel. Whole lot of white boys that were trapping in the hood. And then a lot of times they would get away with it because they was white. That's the advantage that they had. That's the advantage that they had. Due to the fact they was white, they could they could get more shit and move more shit than the dudes that were trapping, the black dudes were trapping. Just to let y'all white boys know, yes, you had motherfucker white dudes that was trap kings in the hood. Real spiel.